fucking name. What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to Cryptic Critters. You've joined us at an unusual juncture. We were just discussing, only seconds before we were about to go live, the fact that nanny goats used to respond to the sounds of babies crying. This is a fun fact that I came out with. That is true. It is true. But yeah, nanny goats used to respond to the sounds of babies crying and run into the nurseries, climb on board of the cribs, and allow the babies to suck on their udders. That is a true fact about the world that we live in. And it begs the question, to me, what was going through the mind of the first guy who ever decided to try cow's milk? Anyway, this is a good question that I think is an important one for us to consider as human beings and as a philosophy student of reality, you know? Anyway.
Splinter-free toilet paper wasn't invented until 1930. What the fuck?
Yeah. And before splinter-free toilet paper was used, because there was so commonly splinters in toilet paper, there was one particular magazine that people used to buy because they knew that it was cheap and that they had used a really good quality paper compared to toilet paper. And so that magazine publisher used to, it was like the Farmer's Almanac or something like that.
Yeah, it
They
was the
used
Farmer's
to,
Almanac because it
yeah,
came out yearly and changed yearly, so you had to get
yeah.
a new one anyway.
And they sold it with a hole punched in the top so that you could thread a twine around it and hang it up in your toilet. And it was how they caught a robber
Yeah.
because he was carrying a Farmer's Almanac with him and tearing off a new page every time, and they were able to follow like fucking CSI.
Butt
They were able to
trail.
follow a full almanac across the country. Anyway, we're talking about shit and milk and babies. We should move on to the actual subject at hand, which is D&D. Yay! Now let's talk about some fantasy shit, milk and babies. Now we've got a slight twist in our group today. Today we start with Mars, Luca, Twisted, and also B. B has made a victorious return to the Cryptic Critters crew once
Yeah.
again. We welcome you.
Sup?
Now, this is midway through a two-part dungeon. Because the first session with the crew, you only got so far. You only realised that the undead who were crawling out of these tombs, these holes in the ground here, that they weren't carrying any of the loot that you guys were looking for. And it took some investigating and some puzzling to figure out that there was a third party, or a fifth or sixth or seventh party, who was somewhere in this area with your loot. That they had potentially taken it from these guys before they got killed. And it was your task to try and find who they were and figure out what their motives were, or just straight up kill them and take it for yourself. But this is your opportunity to do some diplomacy. And unfortunately, in the first session, we didn't have that much diplomacy. We had a lot of spells trying to figure out where this person was, spells that might have helped and may not have helped, and we have come to this second part. Now, we got out of turn order last time up to a point because we were following initiative order just so that we could have turns, but it wasn't combat. It was turns so that you could talk and interact with this person. But now we are entering back into combat proper because, as you will realize, the move between last session and this is that the floor starts to segment away and sort of unrolls like a scrolling up scroll from underneath. And as Eliora arrives as a late joiner to like being sent in as a sort of backup by Ragnar, oh yeah, no, it's fine. You can show up. It's all right. Like in terms of combat, it was like 3 minutes. So not even that, probably. It was probably less than a minute. But Eliora arriving about, half a minute after the rest of you guys had already started, you now find yourself plummeting down into another area of this world. And as the floor pulls apart, you fall into the darkness that you saw beneath you through those holes in the ground. You remember calling down to somebody and them answering and then wandering off. Now you have fallen into the water of this, what looks to be some kind of a cove or cave or underground conduit. You can't quite be sure. But what is certain is that 3 of you have not had a long rest between the last session and this. Don't do it now because you don't get one. So you are going to be getting whatever you had left over is going to be continuing forth into this session since you are still in the same combat. Now, you hear the pitter-patter of tiny feet running away from you in the dark. You don't know exactly where they've gone, but you do see that there are wet footprints starting to dry on the warm cave stone boulders in front of you. It is dark. It is dimly lit. There are people milling about, but you couldn't be sure who they are or what they're doing. You are surrounded by paraphernalia like storage containers and small boats. You can feel that there is a current in the water coming from what direction you couldn't be sure. You don't know exactly what part of the world that you are in. You've just been flown here by Ragnarok. And there is a faint glow coming from higher up in the area, possibly lighting, possibly a fire, possibly something else altogether. You couldn't be sure. The first person to act is going to be Elena. What do you want to do, Elena?
I still have my magic detection, right?
What, in like a 30-foot aura around you, is that?
Yeah.
So long as you're holding concentration on it, then yes. I've not made any of you take fall damage to fall in here, so yeah, you would still have it. Here, let me give you a 30-foot. That's your aura of magical detection. There's nothing in particular that you notice about the area around you. This is simply an aura that's ongoing, but there's nothing really pinging on it. What do you want to do?
Move over here.
Okay. You don't have a swim speed, so while you're in the water, this is going to be difficult terrain, which means that it'll take twice your movement to get 1 tile. So with your walking speed being 40, that will mean that you can only get as far as you are there.
Yeah.
So this is 20, that'll be your maximum. What do you want to do now?
Let's see. Where am I? There we go.
We're just straight up punching this person?
Yep.
Okay. What? Who is that? And this guy gets punched straight in the ankle, I guess. It does hit. Give me damage. 11. This guy is knocked unconscious, dead, essentially. Instant, the moment that you hit them.
Uh-oh. So much for diplomacy.
I'm gonna see if there's any yeah, so because you were not stealthing when you did that. That is basically you just loudly swam up to somebody and punched them in the ankles so hard that they died. So there's going to be people around who are going to have noticed that.
Yeah. I'll use my bonus to activate this, but
Cool.
I can't move anywhere because I have already moved. Use my movement, so
Okie dokie.
I guess I'll just vibe here.
Then we move on to there is one person here who I need to find where they are. Where are they? There we go. There they are. Okay, so this person has heard what has happened because he has got... Actually, let me give him a roll. I'll give him a roll. See whether he rolls well or not. If he rolls well, then he's on his guard. He did roll well, so we'll take that as a luck check that he was on his guard. He heard some kind of noise coming from somewhere low, and he is going to head in that direction. What's going on? You!
Nothing.
Check! Who was that? Find out who just said that. That was none of our men. Yes, sir! It's now their turn. They go one after the other in turn order. This guy's going to come over here towards the water's edge and is going to have himself a little perception check just to see if he can spot you there in the dark. And he only gets a 7. These guys are going to come over here and see whether they can see anything on the edges of the dock. They've both moved 10 each. These are going to do a perception check to see if they can see the rest of you in the water. One of them gets a 19. And the other gets an 8. Now, the person of you with the highest stealth, I would imagine, is going to be Ronna. And your passive stealth is 16. Does anybody else have a higher passive stealth than that? It'll be to the right of your proficiency bonus next to stealth. You'll see it in grey.
Definitely not.
Okay.
17.
17. So you're actually slightly better than
Hey.
Ronna.
Oh,
Nice.
I have
I have plus 7.
14, so no.
Okay. So one of these guys can't see you, but the other one points out to him. Look! There! We've got intruders! Intruders! And they all decide to take aim at you. So these guys are not going to get into the water because they don't want to ruin their what do you call it? They don't want to ruin their movement
Fine
speed.
tunics.
So what they're going to do is they're going to fire their light crossbows towards... We're going to say Ronna and Luca because they are closest to you guys. Okay, so Ronna, you get 16 against you, which doesn't hit. And Luca, you get a nat 20 against you, which will hit. This is 13 damage.
Nah, might as well dodge that.
Okie dokie, that's your reaction gone then. Then we've got this other guy is now going to attack for Elena. And that is a 12 to hit, which is going to miss. I don't think I need to check your thing, but yeah, you've got an AC of 17. That is 3 of these guys have moved, and we've got more guys besides them. So, let's see how far we can get these guys. So this guy can get down to here. Oh, shut the fuck up. Let me move the guy. Collides with a wall. Shut the fuck up. Right. This guy then is going to come down to here, and then this guy is going to come and follow him. These are both going to use their dash action. They can't fight yet, and this guy's also going to use the dash action. He can't fight yet. Jimothy! Take a look in the water there! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! This guy's name is Jimothy McMullen. courtesy of Tats. You can thank Tats for that. The guy here, I am gonna just have a look at the walls situation. No, I would say that because Elena is such a small figure in the water line, and because you're beyond the pier, this guy is going to get, essentially you're covered by half cover. So you are going to get an additional 2 bonus to your AC for this shot. Purely based on your distance and how low you are in the water and how small a character. So 18 to hit your modified AC of 19 for this shot means that they will miss. And then we get on in the turn order to Runner. Runner, you've got Jimothy up on the pier there, and you've got the other bandits surrounding as well. What would you like to do?
This fella's Jimothy?
That's Jimothy. That's Jimothy McMullen. Courtesy our lovely friend Tats.
25, 30, 35.
You remember you don't have a swim speed. You're in the water, so that
but
halves
I
your
have
movement.
boots of speed active.
So you've
doubles my
activated them
wall.
already.
Yeah, they were active last session.
Okay.
So that means they should still be active now, correct?
I guess they would be, yeah. Good point.
So that means that Runner has full speed because boots of speed doubles it.
Wait.
So 35.
It doubles your walking speed.
Yeah, my walking speed is 35.
Yeah, but this isn't walking, this is swimming.
Yeah, but so doubled, I have 70 because of the boots of speed.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right. I guess we can. Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, I was still saying that even with the boots of speed, that the boots of speed only modifies walking. It wouldn't affect any other movement speed. But I'll allow it for this one since you thought about it already. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
It's only to get you out of the water, so it's only really going to affect
Yeah.
one turn. But yeah, I wasn't going to allow it. But yeah, go on.
So Runner wants to say to this guy first, "Hello, we were not looking to fight. We will if we have to."
You've already killed my friend! Keith is dead
That
in the
was
water
me.
there!
That was an accident. He was supposed to sleep.
Prepare to die!
That's what you should do.
Reckless
It's
attack.
actually me that killed him, not Runner.
So you lost your one of your rages in the last session. You do still have one left over, and you've not used your bonus action. But you will need to use rage to be able to use reckless attack.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Rage.
So you are now attacking with advantage, but they will have advantage against you.
Okay.
Obedient Dorsey
So
got
28.
kicked and tamed.
I think a 28 will hit.
We love Seribot. Seribot just banning someone for spam. Love that.
Yeah. Good job, Seribot.
28 is gonna hit them, yeah, for sure.
Alright.
12 damage.
12. Sneak.
You don't need to apply the sneak because they're already dead.
Oh. See? I told you. That's what you have to prepare for now.
I'll get
you
you!
a chance.
The guy
I gave
further
him
up,
a chance. I will give it to you too.
This guy further up on the dock shouts towards you, Jimothy! I'm gonna get you for that!
Prepare to die.
You're only little. I'll kick you straight off the water.
Little but strong.
It's still your turn. You've used your bonus action to go into a rage.
Yep.
Let's just
I use
apply
bonus.
that as well.
I use action, but
You have an extra attack.
have an extra attack. Could I throw a javelin with that extra attack?
Yes.
Okay. So let's So javelin at this fella here.
Go for it.
And then he's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 away. So is that is within the short range. So that's an not at disadvantage, correct? Is what that means?
Yeah, if it's within 30, then you're not rolling at disadvantage. 19
No.
will hit. Give me damage.
Okay. Damage 10.
10 damage. He is at death's door, but he is not dead yet.
Okie dokie.
Okay, for a little guy, you've got a good throwing arm, but I'm gonna chop that arm off.
Are you sure you don't want to have a conversation instead? No?
I
Okay,
think
you die.
stopped that idea when you threw a javelin through my leg.
No, you stopped it when you threatened me.
You've already killed 2 of our... I'm not having this conversation with you right now. It is now Luca's turn. Luca, you're in the water. You've got 2 guys have just fired on you. One of them particularly well. What do you want to do?
Do you think it would be... I couldn't stealth up there, could I?
So it is dark. You would have to roll for it, but I would say that you'd be rolling at disadvantage because these guys, they know this terrain, they know the waters, and they've already spotted you and fired on you, and you'll be bleeding into the water. So there's multiple reasons for why you would get disadvantage, but disadvantage doesn't stack, so you'll only get the disadvantage on the one. So you can stealth, but you'll be doing so with a disadvantaged roll. If you pull it off,
Okay.
though, then you could get sneak attack on them.
Ooh, it's so tempting. We'll see what happens. With
You could also
that's the
do it
wrong
with
one.
your... that would be advantage. Yeah, you can also do it with your... even with disadvantage, you get a 21. So, yeah, with your... if you use your cunning action hide, then you'll be able to do this basically to give you the sneak attack. So that would be your bonus action. Is that something that you're wanting to do then?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Can I
So
just
you use your bonus action hide. You manage to stealth your way up. I don't think that these guys can even beat that, but I'm going to give them the option. So one of them gets a 9, and then the next guy gets a 5. So yeah, then where did they go? Keep looking. They'll be around here somewhere.
And then can I stab the one below me?
Yes, this is the one that fired at Ronna.
I would like to do this.
Okay. A 15 hits, and you can apply sneak attack to this damage as well, but let's just see what the damage is first. Yeah, so this is not going to kill them outright, but you could apply the sneak attack if you want. Minimum, you're going to kill them. So this lightning quick rapier darts up out of the water and stabs straight through this guy's femoral artery. He just starts immediately pissing blood out from his leg and dies there on the spot. No! Malcolm! We were saving up for our house together, you monster.
Too late now.
It's still your turn. Do you have anything else that you want to do? You've used bonus action, you've used an attack action.
Ooh, that's like a little edge, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of on the cusp. I just crawled up there and stabbed him. Can I just kind of duck down?
You're kind of at the... You're not up the ledge. You're sort of off the edge of it. You're in the water. But this guy is definitely going to notice the fact that a very shiny rapier has just come darting up out of the water. You managed to get the sneak attack off on one of them, but he will have seen you now that you've done that. So you can hide under the water, but the fact that you've just stabbed up and revealed your position to get that sneak on the other guy, he's going to see where you are.
I'm good then, right here.
All right. Okay, so it is now Eliora's turn. Eliora, welcome back to Critters.
Hello.
What would you
Eliora
like
just
to
dropped
do?
in and is like, these guys are just shanking everyone around us. I'm like, no, diplomacy.
Yeah, remember the last time that you were here and there was so much like toing and froing over what to do and so much indecisiveness, and now they're just a kitted up squad of killmongers that just run at people and kill them without saying a single word. This is the world that we're in now with Critters.
Eliora is like, what world have I entered? So Eliora's just going to use the intercom before she does anything and just like whisper to everyone. So I guess we're just killing these guys then, are we, darlings?
I don't know. I offered.
After someone had already silently gone up and killed someone immediately.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
No, Elena did. Elena, without any discussion with anybody else, just decided to swim up to somebody and immediately obliterate them. That's very much a decisive move on everyone's part.
Like,
No,
like, never mind.
There was this little invisible fucker. We just decided it was better to just kill them all at this point.
I know, and I'm like, I kind of am like, Eliora has like lots of, radiant-based spells that can help reveal people and nerf their invisibility and charm people, but that's fine. We'll nerf people. We'll come back to that. We'll circle back to that later. But yes, she has bard stuff, so I can charm people. Anyway,
you also have some interesting things that help you in this circumstance because you have dark vision and you've got the broom of flying. So you might just be able to hop on the little broom and see your way through all of this quite easily.
Yeah, and like have light-based magic as well. But this is fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
I might
I
just
also have dark vision.
Yeah, I think. Do the others of you have it? I don't think you do you? Or do you?
I do.
I think so. I think it's a
yeah,
cross
Ronna's got it.
yeah,
And I
Ronna's
think
good.
Luca is human, so yeah, Luca doesn't. Luca's the only one of you that doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So I'm probably just gonna leave these guys to punch people to death.
Fine. You've got 50 feet of movement. You can see that one guy currently is here, and one guy is over here, and then there are some more further north from him.
Okie dokie. So the invisible person, you said that there was wet footprints on the rocks.
Yes, that were already starting to fade as this warm cave was sort of evaporating the water from the rock.
Okay, so they're not like actively being printed. They're like
they were there and they are disappearing.
Okay.
If you wanted to do some kind of investigation, then you may do it only on this turn. Is the point that I'm making? It's not something that you'll be able to continually look for.
Yes, I would like to do that. Where would you like me to move to?
Well, you heard the footsteps sort of to your east, northeast sort of area. So we're talking sort of over here. It's up to you where you want to go. Sure.
I'll fly up because I've got 50 feet on the broom.
So you've used your bonus action to hop onto it then, yeah?
Yes.
I think it's bonus, isn't it?
No bardic inspiration this turn for anyone.
Yeah. So you hop onto the broom. You fly up here. What check are you wishing to do to look for these footprints?
I mean, I guess it falls under...
Well, it's either investigation or perception.
Yeah, they're both +3, so...
They will garner different... You'll get a different answer for whichever one you choose.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, it's as it should be, really, because investigation is trying to find motive and understanding something better, and perception is just looking at a thing. So, trying to find hidden traps and stuff. So it's really what you want to get out of this is which one you're going to click.
I guess investigation. I'll just click and then see what terrible. I rolled a 5.
You're pretty sure that this guy disappeared altogether, like vanished from existence, just at this rock. You can see footprints, and then it just seems like they vanish, and you've got no idea where they went.
Whoa.
possibly into another realm altogether. Who's to say?
Wow.
But yeah, you are convinced of that with a 5. So what would you like to do from this point on? You could still see combatants on the field, and you are now flying. What would you like to do?
I can. I guess I should probably join in the attack. I guess.
I guess.
guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
Now
Let
that
me
you're
some
up at
quick
this level,
measures.
by the way, you can see what the glowing is. There's a big old barbecue up here of like a rack of different meats, all assorted over different kinds of heating. So some of them are over fire, some of them are over lava. It seems that you can see why this area is so hot.
Right. If it's smoky, thank you. Maybe I'll do something to try and help other people attack people. So
Okey-dokey.
I would like to cast. Oh, that's 30 feet there. Oh, now. Hang on. Let me. Good gravy. Oh no, that's Luca. Bloody hell. I'm sorry.
You're going to attack one of your
work,
teammates.
and
Okay,
I
cool.
can't remember anything. I haven't checked distances, now suddenly everything's 30 feet and I'm too far away. Oh, but that's not very sensible, is it?
You've got more
Suspicious
movement.
mockery.
Because you've only moved like 20 feet and you've got a broom of flying, which gives you 50.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
So you could just move to where you want to be before you cast the spell.
I could. This is correct. Or
What
I could
you
just
want.
cast Vicious Mockery instead. Because that's 60 feet and I don't have to think about it. So,
Okay.
because what I want to do is I want to use Twin Spell
Yeah.
to cast Vicious Mockery on the guy next to Luca, and then this guy up here that I can see.
Cool.
Is that
And
cool?
what are the mocking words that you put in both of their heads?
What would Eliora say? I don't know. I feel like Eliora's going to mock their outfit.
Okay.
Eliora's just going to look at these two with her dark vision and just look straight at their outfit and just go, red is a really outdated colour. You look like such a target, you silly little sausage. And then she's going to...
Okay.
So here we go. Let me cast it.
So they're going to do their wisdom saving throws.
Yep.
This guy fails, and this guy also fails. So the guy
Lovely.
right next to Luca, if you could just roll the damage for me. The guy stood next to Luca says, "Sausage? I'm not a sausage! My mother died from a sausage! She choked on it, you evil person!" And then he dies. Just straight up dies.
Oh, dear.
And then this other guy
Death
that's
by
north of
sausage.
this other guy that's north of Ronna, who had the javelin through his leg, he takes damage again. Again, this guy dies just straight out, obliterated. As the words echo through his mind, and as he's looking at the red coming down his leg from the blood from that javelin wound, he's like, "Well, the red wasn't exactly my choice!" And then he dies from psychic damage from all of that. And the two of them die immediately. Good job.
Eliora just looks at what she's done and is like, "Oh,
Your mocking words
Just
were
wanted to
enough to
mock
just
people's
completely
outfits.
destroy two people.
well, never
I
ask
guess-
a high elf for a compliment."
Hey, Eliora, I
Yeah.
guess you do fit into this party after all. What do you want to do now?
Yeah, I've used bonus action and action, so I guess it's just movement. I
Yeah.
have some movement left.
Yeah, I have already modified the walls on the map so that you can see where you should be able to see. It is your choice where you move yourself. You will not be able to move where you are not supposed to be able to move.
Okay, so because like right here is like a black square, so that's meant to be like that.
A lot of it is shading. There's not supposed to be any walls there. Yeah, no.
Oh,
So
for me,
there
it was
are.
just-
So hang on. Let me just. This was supposed to be modified. After just saying that I've modified it.
Ah,
Yeah,
thank
there you
you.
go.
I now can see the
So-
barbecue that you described earlier.
Yeah. So this is what you are supposed to be able to see anyway. I thought I'd already modified that, but
Okey-dokey.
apparently not. I was in a different headspace at the time. So you are now You're now able to see that kind of area. That area is visible to you. Where would you like to go based on this information?
I'm just gonna float. Oops, I'm gonna float here. I think that's probably my max movement. I'm gonna
All right.
float into the corner and just survey
Cool beans.
this hot barbecue scene and just enjoy the heat of it because Eleora fucking loves storms and the sun, so she's enjoying the heat.
I like that. It is now Elena's turn. Elena, what would you like to do? Do you have boots of speed on as well, by the way? You do, don't you? So we will allow you the full movement that you would normally have, given that you are getting up out of the water, and we gave that to Ronna. So you've got 15 feet to get out of that. So you've now got whatever minus double. So 80. You've just taken 20. So 80 minus that is 60. So you've got 60 feet of movement left from where you are currently, which would be anything up to here. That kind of range. So anything up to there. Alright. Ah! Be on your guard! There's a tiny spider fairy running at us!
Try talking.
What do you want to do? Are we punching
Hello.
or are we doing something else?
Hello. Something happened to the guys outside. I don't know what happened.
Give me a deception check. I want to see this deception check for this. Fucking hell. A 4. Okay, they could still get lower on their insight, but Jesus Christ, is this gonna have to be a bad roll? To be fair, he didn't get much better than a 4. He only got a 6, but he did definitely spot the lie. It's like such a poor lie, but then also such poor insight that he's sort of fumbling his way through this.
You don't know who did it.
Wait, did something else happen besides my men dying? No. Wait. That's what you're talking... Oh, I get it. You came in here trying to fool me that you didn't kill one of my men. I get it. Very good.
Well,
you would have been welcome on my crew. You would have been welcome on my crew had you not killed some of my men already. If we survive this, then we can talk about whether you want to join us afterwards. But, yeah... So 30 is that? No, that's not even a nat 20. That's a 17. A 33 is a nat 20 for you. So who are you hitting? This guy here? Okay.
Yeah.
So a 30 will hit him.
Elena just shrugs and go, well, I tried. Just like...
All too
You
late.
tried.
All too late. You need to roll it as a crit. Because No, you don't need to roll it as a crit. What the fuck am I talking about? It wasn't a crit. Ignore me. I'm thinking that a 30 should be a crit when it's clearly not. A 30 is just a measly 17. Okay, so you hit him once, you hit him twice. Okay, and he's still stood sturdy. He still looked unrocked by this. He's clearly, like, compared to his men, this guy is definitely a stronger guy. But now is where you choose whether to switch to one of the other guys, or whether you want to continue hitting him. Because you've had your extra attack, but now you can do an attack as a bonus action, or you could use a key point to use two attacks. Okay, key it is. Alright, give me a damage. Okay, so which guy are we going for? Are we still going for the captain?
I think I'm gonna go for this
that guy? Okay, so that does hit. And a 16 damage is going to kill him outright.
Whoop.
No! Bimothy!
Mm.
And this is attacking the captain again, is it?
Yep.
Okay. and 15 will set him bloodied. So he's now looking a little bit beat up.
Maybe
Elena,
they'll rethink talking.
You killed
Elena
Jimothy
just,
and
like-
Bimothy? How dare you?
Elena looks him straight in the eye and just like gives a little smile.
Give me another persuasion roll. Not deception this time, persuasion. Am I going to roll this against his insight to see whether he's swayed by that glint in your eye? No, he's not. I see through your wiles. You can't impress me by killing people in front of me. Especially when you're punching me square in the neck every time. This is not okay. You're not going to be a part of our crew. And frankly, I think that this is a bold way of trying to join us. I assume that's what you're trying to do.
No.
Every moment that you are spending with these guys, by the way, the invisible guy is trying to find his way out through other means. And this, if it continues, then he will succeed and get away from you guys. And this will continue to another session or a different map, depending how soon we finish this one. So, keep that in mind. He is in another area. He is doing another thing. So we're gonna just bring this up. The characters would not know his name, but for you guys, I will tell the players what his name is. His name is Grimoire. Little guy is called Grimoire, and he just rolled a... That's an incredible roll, whether it's high or low, I won't tell you which, but that's quite a it's either very high or very, very low. But Jesus Christ, was that a good roll. So we're gonna go along with that. It's now the captain's turn. The captain is not happy about this. He is going to attack you. See. Oh, he could have parried, but I don't think that an additional 2 on his AC would have made much of a difference. So we're going to just go for a scimitar and a dagger attack. So he can attack twice with a scimitar and once with a dagger. So we're going to go a 19 to hit and a 7 to hit. And then a 21 to hit. So he's going to hit you once with a scimitar and once with the dagger. The scimitar, you're going to get 6 damage, and the dagger, you're going to get another 6 damage. That's going to be 2 concentration checks for me, please, on your magic aura. That's 1 success, and I need another one from you as well. That's 2 successes. You managed to hold concentration on this spell, even though you're being stabbed multiple times. It is now the bandits' turns. This one bandit is already fully dead. So this guy's going to come over and he is going to try a shove attack to push you into the lava behind you. That is going to be a contested athletics check. So I need your athletics versus his athletics, please. Wow. 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 So you get a 17 athletics. He gets a 3. Describe for me how you managed to plant your feet quite so well as to stop this man in his tracks from shoving you.
Elena just like tenses up her muscles, digging her little spider feet into this what looks like steel.
Yeah, it's like
flooring.
an iron grate. It's quite hot, to be fair, because you've got lava cooking it from beneath.
And just like stops his hand mid
Nice.
push.
So you do some Matrix ass shit while you're stood on top of a metal grate that must be cooked to about 500 degrees right now, considering it's right next to lava. While the back of your hindquarters of your spider ass is getting singed by it. You are just holding this guy still. He's not doing shit to you. No one's gonna fucking push you into no lava, and no one's gonna break your concentration on no spell either. It is now Ronna's turn.
Alrighty.
So Ronna, you see that there is this wrestling match happening between a weak bandit and a clearly overpowered fairy. What do you want to do about this?
Elena will be fine. We're going to go this way and head towards these doors.
I love that. What do you want to do through those doors?
Uh,
The doors are open, you can walk through.
Want to... Oh, there. Okay, cool. I think I can get to here from where I was then?
So where were you again?
I was here.
Okay.
I think. I was
75?
at 75. Okay, so I had 70.
Well, if that was the square that you started on, then yeah, you had 75.
Yeah.
So that's 70.
Okay.
So you see that there is another doorway down here, just down a short sort of alcove way, but you can't quite see what's in that room. You do see that there is something through there, though. There's another room.
Runner's gonna
just
shout
a
back
cabinet.
to everybody, there's another room! And then use bonus action to dash
Cool.
to get to that room.
I love the use of the information, telling everybody. You get in here and you see that this is a very small, compact room. It looks like it's kind of a storage area. There's not really much in here in the way of crates or boxes, but there is certainly some bric-a-brac inside of here.
Perception check?
Please give me one. 7.
Why is that so bad?
You're fairly sure that there is
It's a
nothing
nat
in here.
one.
But you couldn't be sure whether there is nobody in here or whether they are in here and they're doing a very good job at hiding. But there are boxes, there are crates, there are chests. They all seem like they've sort of been emptied and discarded, but it would be the perfect place for somebody to come in and hide, surely. So you've used your bonus action to dash, and you've used your full movement beyond that. If you want to move any further, you would have to use an action. Where do you want to move to in this room? Or do you want to stay where you are and do one more thing? To use another skill check would be an action at this point, because you've already used your perception check.
Yeah, so... Runner wants to stay blocking this doorway, right?
Okay.
But I'm wondering... So now, my boomerang shield's not, attuned right now. Sorry, I was searching for the word. So I know it can't ping back to me, but can I still yeet it? And then, go get it later? So I don't lose it?
Yeah.
Or, can I throw my shield?
I would say you can throw the shield that you're wearing. I wouldn't say that you'd be able to, in the time you've got, get the boomerang shield out from your bag and then also throw it.
Okay.
Well, that'll mean that you take a hit to your AC.
Or I could just throw a javelin.
But just throw a javelin. Where are you aiming?
Just straight ahead at the end of the room.
End of the room. Okay, cool. Give me an attack roll. A 21. 21 is a good roll. Give me damage, please. 11 damage is a fairly good roll. You don't hear any sort of yelps. The javelin sticks into the wall at the end. What do you want to do now?
I think that's all I can do for this turn, but Runner's
Okay.
gonna be keeping an eye out on this
Scouting out this room.
space.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so Ronna's blocking the exit and is going to be investigating that room. Has tried to hit one particular space in there. And he's going to continue doing that, I assume. So it's now Luca's turn. Luca, with your turn in combat, you are way over here. You can cross your way over without any impedance, as we've already discovered with the Boots of Speed. We're just going to allow it now. Where do you want to go?
So
There is an arrow.
be...
There is an arrow. What's it? A ruler tool that you can on the token.
I was gonna say
part.
that would be my 25 movement speed.
You've got your Boots of Speed though, right?
Yeah, but I thought we were still taking.
This is the discussion that we've been having. Is that I allowed it because I'd already said that I wasn't going to, but I've just decided to allow it. So you can still operate as if that was just regular.
Okay.
So wait,
Well,
so you're going across the water. Ronna basically took that as being the full movement. So yeah, you've done your full movement essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I am gonna say on comms, y'all are going that way. I'm gonna check out this other area just to check.
Cool.
I'm hitting a room.
So you've got your cunning action dash if you want to use it, or you could use an action dash.
That's what
Otherwise,
the
you're
plan.
stuck where you are.
I'm gonna use.
Come over here. All right.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? Pick a spot.
I think that's. Can I get to that, or is that a wall?
That is a wall.
Okay, because I can't really tell.
You can see through it is why. There's windows.
Oh.
So you're stood by a window. What do you want to do about this? You could use thieves' tools to try and open it.
Yeah.
Or you could just straight up attack it and see if you can break it.
I mean, I
One
have
might work
the
better than
tool.
another. Yeah. Okay, give me that thieves' tools check. A 15 will be enough to open this window. This is not the kind of area that would be locked tight like Fort Knox. This is more the kind of area that it's secure in the way that you can't find the place itself, because this is obviously going to be a bandit hideout. But the fact that it's in an underground watery cave is usually secure enough that people don't tend to lock their windows down here. So you can easily just sort of unlatch this window from the outside with that 15 thieves' tools check. The window is now open, but you've already used your movement. So what? Because that was 25 to get to here, and then 25 to get to here. So you've now used your action to open the window and your bonus action to move. So you've used all the movement you can.
Can I, like,
there's no climbing through at this
stick
point.
my head in perception check, or is that a nah?
You haven't used one skill check yet, so yeah, go for your skill check. We had this discussion as well away from stream. Is that I one of the home rule kind of things that we go by is normally you can do your like skill ability checks like perception and athletics and stuff like that. Normally it takes an action to do that, whereas I allow you to get one for free because I think it's perfectly normal that somebody would be actively focusing on one thing without using their action at the same time in a regular combat scenario. But yeah, that's sort of the thing that I'm allowing, is that you get one free one. Your perception check gets you an 8, and I think that even with your even with like the people around you and the ability that they can see in the dark, it really does dawn on you at this point that you really don't have dark vision, and this really is difficult for you to see. So at this point, yeah, you're not quite figuring out what you're missing here, but you can't quite see anything in the dark.
Gotcha.
But that will be the end of your turn, so it is now Eliora's turn. Eliora, there is a bandit captain and a bandit Both of them are here trying to get Elena into some lava. What would you like to do about this?
It seems very rude that they're trying to do that. I think I might have to do something.
I mean,
about
on
it.
that, I'm gonna like kind of stand up for them at this point. They did nothing to you guys, and you came in with the offensive. I think that it's rude for you to come into their hideout and start killing them outright for no reason.
What I will say, what's that? Eliora doesn't have the context of what happened outside of this space. For all she knows, this crew has been hassling these guys, and they've just not told me, and that's why they went whole hog.
Oh, so you're going for the blissful ignorance position, are you? You're just
Eliora
choosing to ignore
definitely
this.
has blissful ignorance. That is just who she is.
Very convenient. Very convenient for you.
Convenient ignorance.
Whatever helps Eliora
may
sleep at night.
She may be intelligent, but she's not very wise. She will enjoy her ignorance.
Yo,
Whatever gets you through your long rest,
all
Eliora.
of us here. That goes for all of us here. There's no wisdom in this.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're dumb as bricks around here.
Dumb as bricks, but very good at killing.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta have efficiency, right?
Yeah, this is definitely a proficiency.
We need some smart people.
This is not just proficiency, this is expertise. You guys have got expertise in being dumb as bricks, but very good at killing. Now then, back onto your turn. Eliora, what would you like to do?
My turn. So I would like to Tasha's Hideous Laughter, the two guys trying to wrestle Elena into some fire. So I'm going to twin spell Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Love that.
So
here's... Give us both of those in the chat then, and I can do the...
Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Okay, so we've got Wisdom Saving, which is a success, and a Wisdom Saving, which is a success. They both rolled a 19. One was a nat 19 and the other was a nat 17. So they have both succeeded. What happens on a success? Let's see.
Nothing, I don't think.
Let's see.
Literally, I think they had to fail.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Oh, how rude.
What do you try to make them laugh at anyway? What's the joke that you sort of poise in their direction?
Eliora just went, what's brown and sticky? A stick! And then
the bandit captain, who up to this point has been focused completely on Elena, just like drops his arms to his side, turns around and gives you a dead-eye stare and tilts his head. And he's like, you really think that I haven't heard that joke a million times before? Come on, you can do better than that. And then he grabs his weapons again and turns to face Elena one more time.
Eliora just takes great offense to that and is going to fly away on her large stick. So I'm going to go head over here. Partly embarrassment. This is where Ronna went, right? Ronna shouted there's two
He is going to take an attack of opportunity against you for going past him, though.
I'm flying.
He gets a nat 20.
I'm flying!
So what? We don't do altitude here. We don't do altitude. We've talked about this for a year. He does hit you, and he crits.
Zone means opportunity.
He crits, which means that he gets a 7 damage hit against you. He carves off a little bit of the broom of flying as you go past, and he's like, "Take that on your stick!"
Darkness.
And you now need to make a DC 10 concentration check.
I don't know why though. I don't know what I'm concentrating on.
I think it would probably be Tasha's Hideous Laughter, but you've just it's a concentration.
I know, so I don't.
But it failed anyway. It failed anyway, so you could just drop concentration.
Never mind.
Let's roll it anyway, just to see if you would have succeeded.
Okay.
Hey, you would have succeeded, but then it's like, no, I choose to lose concentration on this.
This is a very intentional movement.
Yeah, don't think that you made me do this. I did this myself.
Eliora definitely chooses what she does and doesn't do, even if she is made to do it. No one tells her what to do.
Right, exactly.
No one.
Red is so
She
mustier.
fully pretends that the guy didn't attack her and insult her. She has literally just completely ignored everything.
Full
acknowledging
snooty
anything.
elf, yeah, proper snooty elf.
Yeah. Oh yeah, properly.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see Ronna?
You would be able to see Ronna, yes, just like the back half of Ronna
Lovely.
through that doorway.
Cool. I would like to bardic inspiration with old Ronna.
Okay. So Ronna, you now have a bardic inspiration that you may use.
Nice. How did that do?
Enjoy this wall of text.
yeah,
Wall
there
of
you
tiny
go.
text. Oh,
Yay,
So,
lots of text.
Basically,
It's an inspiration. They can give you a bonus of like 1d6 to one of your rolls.
Yeah.
It goes up at different levels, but at the moment your bardic level is only 2, so you get a 1d6.
Yeah.
So what would I be able to do with that?
You can just roll a 1d6 on any roll, I think, right? Is that right?
It's
Or
only
to
d20.
help out with it?
Yeah. So, basically it is, once
Plus
within the next
1d6
hour...
to a roll.
Once within the next hour, when you fail a d20 check, so any d20 roll, you can roll the bardic inspiration die and add the number rolled to the d20, potentially turning the failure into a success. But it's when you fail. So when you fail, you can then choose to roll the bardic inspiration to then try and succeed instead. And you basically get an additional 1d6 to be able to do. Different bard colleges of law, which are there like, well, colleges, not college of law, but the different colleges, which are like the bard subclasses, they have different modifiers that they can add to their bardic inspiration, but I don't believe at this point that Eliora has that, so it's just the plain bardic inspiration.
Just a quick question. Am I supposed to be able to see everybody else on the map right now? Because all I can see is a little tiny strip of light going down here.
No, you are not. No.
Okay.
Because you are behind walls, so unless you can see through walls, no, you would not be able to.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that would be Eliora's turn then, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Back up to the top of the round, and we are back at Elena. Round 3. We're in the second hour now. And we've still not found our friend.
So, Elena has her feet, like, properly planted into this steel. She has a hold on this guy's hand. My question is, can I roll to, like, pick this guy up and slam him into the big guy?
I would say that's a shove. So you would need to make a shove attack. You can move a person 5 feet with a shove attack. It would be you rolling your athletics versus his. And yeah, I'd say that if you succeed by a certain threshold, then I'll give you some extra damage against the bandit captain for doing that. But otherwise you would just be like knocking one of them prone. What do you want to do with this information? Knocking someone prone gives you advantage on all of your melee attacks against them. Strangely enough, it gives you disadvantage on all of your ranged attacks against them. Little way to game the system there. You want to min-max all these battles. Someone's at far distance. Lie down. Okay. Athletics of 26 against the bandit. He's going to roll his athletics against you. And he gets a 2. So this is crazy that this is failed by this much. But yes, you're able to push him into the bandit, captain. What are we hoping for here? Damage or prone? I'll either allow it so that you can make both of them prone, or you can cause the bandit captain some additional damage and make the regular bandit prone. So you're either getting 2 prones or a prone and some damage.
2 prones.
2 prones. They're both prone, and we're going to move them down here by 5 feet. So they've been shoved out of your reach, but this is what you wanted. You'll be able to move up to them, though, quite easily. They're both prone now, so you'll have advantage on your melee attacks against them. That was one of your attacks. So you've now got one additional attack on your extra attack. A 17 will hit. Who are you attacking at this point? The guy in front of you? Or the captain? Okay, guy in front of you. So 14, that's going to outright kill him. So you just, like, completely curb stomp this guy in the head. And this guy's like, Samothy! Not Samothy! You use your key points to get a flurry of blows and hit the captain with a 25. Give me damage, please. That is 11. I think you got a crit last session, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you did. Because we were commenting on how high your rolls are even without a crit, and then one moment you actually did get a crit.
Yeah.
It's a crazy high roll to get that though. 33 is insane. You've got one more additional attack. And it's still advantaged.
Oh. Whoops.
Oh, you rolled the wrong one too. Remember, it's not the key. You've got to roll the scraps of unarmed prowess. What's the modifier on your unarmed prowess, actually? 1 plus 3. Oh no. So you would have had an additional 3 damage on that, so this guy would have taken 14 damage last time. So that is down to that number. And he does get hit by that 25. Now give me damage. Okay. Describe the kill on the bandit captain.
After slamming his underling into him and then killing the underling, Elena walks up to him, grabs his head grabs him by the hair of his head, and then, like, with a punch, just like right between the eyes.
Wait! You could be a really good fighter in our guild. Wait! And he reaches into his pocket for something, and before he manages to pull it out, you completely brain this guy. Which is crazy because your arms are only like 3 inches long, and so your punch will have only gone into like his frontal lobe. So you've not even punched through the other side. You've just lobotomized this guy. So this guy is effectively dead, but what you've done is you've given him a lobotomy. So yeah, all of these guys are just lying completely catatonic on the floor, which is in many ways more horrific than killing them. So yeah, this guy is there with his hand stuck in his pocket, not quite able to pull it out now.
Can I take it out?
Yeah. So you reach into his pocket and you can see that it's the inside jacket pocket. He had his fingers wrapped around a manacle. It's like a metal manacle, like a handcuff, an old version of a handcuff, but it's got some scratches and markings cut into it. It looks like it's a very old one, but it certainly looks like it's got some very deliberate markings cut into it. And you've now got this as a trophy or as a token, something that you could use potentially in the future anyway. But yeah, we can add that into your inventory. While you tell me what you want to do, I will be going about adding that. What would you like to do now?
So I move 5 feet, so I have 75 left. I think I'm a...
Go through there?
Yeah. Oop. What the... Oh, whoops. God damn it.
The door easily opens when you approach it.
That's 30, so I have 50 left.
Yeah, you have 50. So you can see that this enters into another room. This, it looks like it's a well-appointed room from where you are. It's got like a lovely, is it like herringbone, like parquet flooring? It's like the chevroned wooden flooring. I forget what they call that, but it's like it looks like it was once a very well-appointed room for somebody of high status down here. Potentially, this area no bandit cave did it start out. This has clearly started out as some person's panic room. Someone who was quite well to do, especially since it was a wealthy family's cemetery tomb area that you started out this first session in. So now you are in this ex-posh person's lavish safe room. Where do you want to go? Okay, you enter straight into the room. What would you like to do from here? You can see that there's a writing desk to the left. There are various cases, chests, like wardrobes and armoires around the room. There is a door up ahead of you. And there's, yeah, just the basic paraphernalia of a bandit captain who's clearly taken up residence in this person's safe room.
Is there anything I can sense?
Sense, as in with your magic aura thing?
Yeah.
There is magic in the room, yes.
I radio back to the rest of the team. I think he's in here.
Yeah, you sense illusion magic.
I think he disappeared into a rock. What are you on about?
I can sense him.
Are you sure it's him?
It might be, unless there's
Throw something
something
at it.
else. I don't think I can pinpoint.
Did you say, is he in a room? How big is the room?
It's a fairly small room.
It's 30 feet by 40 feet.
A small room? I may have some light that could make someone invisible have a problematic time.
Make them glow?
I can make them glow.
Glowy.
What do you want to do with the rest of your turn, Elena? You've come in here, you've mentioned this to them. What do you want to do?
I don't think I have anything else I can do. Wait. Can I look through the monocle?
It's a
Or is
manacle. Manacle, not a monocle.
Oh, manacle.
A manacle
Like
meaning like
handcuffs.
a handcuff. Yeah.
Old school handcuffs.
Yeah, so like a bolt around someone's wrist. It's a manacle, yeah.
Big ol' iron clunkers.
Yeah.
Well, can I still look through it?
You can look through it if you want, yeah.
Stay with my little manacle.
I'll give you a what check would this even be? I'll give you a history check.
History.
You have no idea on the history of this kind of a thing. You can imagine that it has some kind of token of office, but you don't know what. And you don't know for who. And you don't know the history. You just know that there is something about this that has some significance to someone somewhere, which is about the most vague information that a person could possibly have. But yes, that's all that you're going to get with a 5, unfortunately. You now in this room find that you can't do anything more. It is now
Yeah.
their
Okay.
turn. So let me have a look. Okay. So we are basically, this guy is going to see. Right. Cool. So, this guy, Grimoire, stands in the room in front of you. You got me. But you're not gonna get me for long. And he uses. What he does is he pulls out of his side holster. You can see that he's got a couple of different weapons. He carries bagpipes. He's got short cropped like ginger hair. He is a halfling, so he's like hobbit sized. He's got this set of bagpipes around his neck.
Nice
So
bagpipes.
potentially something bardic there. And he pulls out a sword from out of his side. This is one of the things that you could tell was magical in the room. It's a magic item, not necessarily a spell being cast. But as he pulls it out, you can see that it tends to. He's like waving it around in the air, but then you realize that it's not him waving the blade. The blade is dragging his arm, as this is a dancing longsword, and the dancing longsword is going to fly towards you. And is going to do an attack against you. As he then runs off down the hallway. He does go south and then left so that he can avoid your what's the word? Your opportunity attack. So we get to here. And he has got how much movement? Okay, so he's got that much movement, so we're going to go back to there. And
Watch out!
He gets this dancing sword. Actually, no, because he could get to here, then he could go across there, and then he could go across there. So he's going to get to here. Can do that by going diagonals. Still not triggering your thing. So, yeah, he gets to here. He's going to attack you with the dancing longsword. The dancing longsword gets a hit on you with a 19. It is then going to roll damage, and it gets 8 damage against you. Good job, Clarence. You're doing a great job. Who rolled? What was the roll? Oh, concentration check. Aha! You lose your concentration on your magic. So your detect magic is now broken. And yeah, that now is going to be Ronna's turn, as Grimoire tries to run out of the room.
There where Elena was, right? Leaving
Yes.
where Elena was.
Yes.
So there's nothing going
Left
on in
side.
this room here.
I will leave that to your judgment.
Huh. We're gonna use bonus action and throw a fireball.
He's got a magic dancing sword.
Magic dancing sword.
You're gonna throw a necklace of fireballs. So let's see. It's got how many beads? I don't think
I just want to use one bead.
one bead. I don't think we made a record of how many beads you had the last time that we threw this, so I don't...
They take off each time I use one.
Yeah. So, yeah, you...
I still have 7, because I bought 13.
Fine. So then you throw one of them, but are you going to want to move first, or are you going to throw it... Oh, you're throwing it into the room. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So give
like,
me
back
a
up
damage roll.
5 feet, throw it into the room. So it catches the whole room.
Yeah, so it's a fireball spell.
Yep.
So we need to figure out how we can put that into the chat.
I just remembered last.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna do it.
That's not
let
it.
me just
sorry.
see. Here we go. Save.
I don't know why, but I have the spell Shatter.
Okay, so it would be a save, a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC, and then it would be the damage roll on top of that. So they are going to take a saving throw if there is somebody in this room, and given that I'm not going to tell you if there's anybody in this room, I'm also not going to tell you if they succeed or not. But with this damage, you don't see anybody wince, you don't see anybody come out of invisibility, you don't see any blood hit the floor, nor do you see any shadows where there shouldn't be. You do see a lot of wooden crates start to go up in flame, though.
Fire.
And this is now a fire. I think we actually have... Don't we have a fire environmental thing? I'm sure we've got a fire thing. Oh, not in this world. I'd have to import it, and I'm not bringing up my computer's file system on the screen. Okay, so you've moved 5 feet. Where do you want to go now?
And 15, 20. Can I do a perception check here?
Sure.
To see if I see where Elena's saying he's running from.
It would be, to be fair, it would be more like this kind of a size of fire. We've got a real inferno going on here.
I cannot see the room over there, so I just sort of guesstimated.
You got the right room, but you got definitely the wrong size by magnitudes. It's like so much bigger than what you drew.
Perception check.
And nat 20 on this perception check tells you that there is various types of loot around here. Given that this was a bandit camp, you can see the lobotomized captain on the floor, still kind in a technical kind of life, not really a real kind of life. It would probably be a mercy to put him out of his misery, even just to knock him in the direction of the lava. But as we are at this point, no, you cannot see any other combatants from where you are stood, nor any trace of them.
Okay. That was 20.
I can't believe you lobotomized a fucking
40.
bandit captain. You could have just flown through his head, and instead you chose to just punch his head. Yeah, and you don't realize how tiny you are. It's like hitting someone really, really hard with like a tungsten toothpick. Yeah, it's going to cause a lot of damage, but it's not going to go very far. Okay, so you end up in this room. I'd say with your nat 20 on the perception that you can tell in this room that there are also no combatants in here as well.
Okay. So that was 60 movement.
Yes, indeed.
70.
Very cool.
There is loot in here. It's just over the comms to everyone.
Ragnar says over the comms, have you found the young guy yet?
Yes.
Who?
I have.
Good.
He has the magic sword that dances.
Yeah, I would very much appreciate it if you could collect what you can from the sky and bring it back or bring him back so that we could take it from him by force if need be. Thank you so much. I've noticed, by the way, that Ragnar's voice is swiftly becoming more and more into the scientist from The Simpsons. I don't know. It was never intentional. It was never an homage to him, but it certainly sounds a lot more like him as the days go on. So it's now Luca's turn. Luca, you have managed to get in through the window now, and you can now see down here if you want to go there.
Yeah, I just want to peek my head in because I'm curious.
Okay. It is a large, dark room with a spiral staircase.
Oh, you all good over there while I check out Dark and Spooky?
He's on his way to leaving this area. Someone meet him at.
Luca is in the perfect position to intercept him, but has seen the spiral staircase in the Dark and Spooky and is very much interested in that.
Fine, I come back for the Dark and Spooky.
You come back for it later. Okay, so you moved 20 feet to get to there, and now you are...
45. That's 50.
Okay, so you can see this guy directly ahead of you. He's a halfling, so he's probably, you know, like half your height, maybe a little shorter.
I'm a halfling.
Are you a halfling? I thought you were a human.
I'm humanoid.
I thought you were
Halfling
a
nippleness.
full-on human.
No.
Oh.
I'm like 3 foot something.
Okay, well then, yeah, he's about your height.
We're a party of shorties.
You are all short apart from Eliora, who is probably impossibly tall.
Shorties.
I am a
Shorty squad.
lady.
Shorty squad.
I'll take
Long
a
lady.
dash to just kind of block his way.
Okie dokie. And what do you want to do from here?
That's a bonus action dash. Can I stab him?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Reading something. That's fine. A 15. So that will not hit. You try to swing for him and poke him with your rapier, and unfortunately it completely misses the guy.
Then I'm gonna just stay right at her.
Right then.
Not like I can do much else. I'm blocking the way.
It's now Eliora's turn.
Hello. I have lost track of where people have gone. Where is can Eliora see tiny halfling dancing sword man Grimoire?
Not from where you are, no.
Damn it. Okay. Eliora will go. Will ask.
Welcome in, Bane.
Not in that room.
Where is Grimoire? I don't think he's in here.
By now, I think it would have been... You would have noticed
Southwest?
all the commotion. They would have been in the west. Northwest. Go in through the west door and go north, essentially. I think you would have probably noticed enough people go through there at this point.
I was going to say, because I've not gone in a room myself. So... how far away is the door? Oh, I guess I get near the door.
Yeah, so you can make it to here.
Yeah, here I am. And can I see him from here?
No.
No. Great.
I was gonna say, I've already set the walls. That there was only that one little blip at the start, but besides that, the walls are where they should be. So if you can't see something, it's because you shouldn't be able to see something.
Yeah, it's more of me just being sad that I am nowhere near as quick as these guys.
Yeah, well, there is an element of that. So you've moved. You've still got action and bonus action if you want to use them. Is there anything you want to do?
I do. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to maximize the chance of being able to actually cast a spell this turn. Combat spell, I should say. Can I Misty Step through this door or not?
Yeah. Yeah, you can see. You can see through it.
30 feet.
Up to 30 feet. Yeah, up to 30 feet. It's a bonus action to do it.
It is indeed.
And it's a leveled spell, so you could do an
I know,
action
so I can only
cantrip
cast
after
a
that.
cantrip if I have a bonus action cantrip.
An action cantrip.
Sorry, action cantrip. I do apologize. Didn't mean to completely fuck up.
So
this is where I don't have any bonus
Misty
action
step
cantrip.
in, and you can just see the edge of him beyond
Oh,
Luca.
yeah.
So he's sort of got 3/4
Whoa.
cover from where you are.
Cool beans. This is where I have an issue. Oh, it's action cantrip. Fuck's sake there.
I
He
wouldn't
literally
mind someone
just said that
using
to you.
a... So you can use a bonus action with your action if you want to, because a bonus action is a lesser thing than an action.
I get you.
So I wouldn't mind you using your action to cast a bonus action cantrip. You just can't do it the other way around. You can't use your bonus action to cast an action.
That's fine. I don't have any bonus action cantrips anyway, so we're all good. I'm just trying to find out a spell that's not going to absolutely shank Luca at the same time. I think it's going to be casting Vicious Mockery on him, and I bet he'll pass it. That's what I'm going to do. Everything else will... Oh. Luca, is he trying to go away from you or towards me? Which direction is he going?
I think I blocked him from running away from Elena.
Perfect. Okay. I won't lure him towards me then. That's fine. I'll Vicious Mockery this gentleman, if you don't mind, please, DM.
That is totally fine. Succeeds.
For fuck's sake. Had a feeling you might do that. Well, that's my turn. Don't mind me.
Okay then. Great.
I've contributed.
I love as well that you teleported to a position where you can only just see the corner of his shoulder. Like, you could have just teleported to here so that you could see him completely.
Well, that's because I couldn't see where... When I teleported, I couldn't tell that that was the exact place I needed to be.
Well, you know that... what do you call it? You know that 3/4 cover gives a person a bonus of 5 to their AC?
You know what? I couldn't... I was being nice. I'm being logical, and then I couldn't tell exactly which location I needed to teleport. So I just teleported to there.
Totally
and
fine.
Now I'm being given shit.
Totally fine. No, that last part wasn't me giving you shit. That was just me reminding you of a game mechanic.
I think it was.
I know when I give you shit, and you know when I give you shit, and that was not shit. That was me reminding you that if you do a ranged attack, then you are going to probably fail.
I know. I knew I was going to probably fail
trying
anyway,
to be
so I imagine
helpful,
he's got
not giving
way
you shit.
better wisdom saving throw than me.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
moving on. Not my turn now.
Yes, exactly. In the mechanics of the game, half cover is a +2 to AC, 3/4 cover is a +5 to AC, and full cover means that you just can't hit them. It's impossible. So, it is now Elena's turn. We're back up to the top of the round. Elena, you can see that there is a dancing longsword in front of you, and that there is Grimoire trying to leave the room. What would you like to do at this point?
Can I grab the sword?
Oh, this is something that I hadn't considered. Let's have a look. Well, you need to be attuned to it. No, you wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily be able to not grab it, but it does. Yeah, it doesn't have anything particular in the wording. I don't have any problem with you trying to grab it, but since you're not proficient with it, and it's not attuned to you, it would just be a straight up longsword.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not going to give you longsword level damage, it's going to give you improvised weapon damage. I guess you're a fighter, so you would be... No. Oh, yeah, there it is, martial. So you are proficient with martial weapons, and a longsword is a martial weapon. So you could grab it, but you would only get the regular longsword damage, which I think is only like 1d6 or something. I'll have to look it up. It's probably 1d8. I'll have to say it, but we'll have a look. What are you trying to do with it?
I guess just like...
Yeah, it's 1d8. So you would probably do more damage with your own punch.
I just don't want it to attack, essentially. So I'm gonna just like grab it and...
Yeah, I mean, I've just Googled it, and it's come up with exactly the same answer that I had already natively come up with. So, you wouldn't have any, direct control from it. You wouldn't get any of its bonuses. You could try to physically grab it, but it is still a semi-sentient creature / object. It's not really a creature so much as it is an object, but it is a magical object, so it's got, like, a mind of its own kind of deal. So, yeah, it's sort of... You will be able to do it, but will you be able to do it effectively is a different question altogether. Your choice what you want to do in this situation. But I would say it is still your turn. And you've got 20 minutes left on this session.
I'm gonna just risk opportunity then.
Being that it is an object and not a creature, it doesn't get an opportunity attack on you.
Oh, okay. Well...
A 27 will hit. And as you go to hit Grimoire and cause damage, you notice that your fist goes straight through him. He turns around and just dances on the spot. Did you really think that this was me? And disappears from the spot. You hear a voice from inside the room say, "You really are dumb as bricks, aren't you?"
Yes.
Who said that?
Several bricks.
I heard a voice from outside, but I don't know whose it was.
Yes.
Runner is very far away at this point. Like, let me just see what exact distance Runner is. Hang on, let me just see. We've got... So Runner is 80 feet away around multiple corners, so Runner's voice is very faint in the distance. You just, like, this guy's just like, "You're all dumb as bricks," and then you just hear like, "Yes!" Far off in the distance.
And I rolled to pinpoint the voice?
I mean, you'd probably have to use some level of magic to do it. You could roll a perception, but it would probably be at disadvantage. You're welcome to do it, because as I've said before, you can do ability checks one time for free in a round, but it's going to be at disadvantage given that they're clearly invisible, so it's not going to be... You're not going to have the usual cues to go by.
I already have a -1. This isn't going to go good.
Let's see. 16 is pretty good. 16's pretty good. Let's see if their stealth is up to it. Oh dear. Yeah, no, that's not going to be enough to beat their passive stealth.
Damn.
And they've got the benefit of being invisible. Helps.
Do I have... guess I'll just take the sword then.
You grab the sword, okay. It will be a grapple check against the sword. The sword doesn't have a particular bonus to its strength, so it would just be athletics versus their dexterity. So it's essentially going to be doing a dexterity check to see whether it can outmaneuver you. And it gets an 8, so no, it can't. It tries to dance, but you're too quick. Your monk reflex is able to grab the sword at the handle. And you can feel that this thing is like, it's light. It's like it's so light that it's almost weightless. But then you again put 2 and 2 together and you realize it's because this thing is levitating even while you're holding onto it. So it's almost like it's flying for you. You don't have to bear the weight of it.
I still have a bonus action, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this.
Nice.
Get some health.
Yeah, a big chunk of health back. That's good. And that's going to be the end of your turn. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. Then now we have got Grimoire's turn once more. By the way, Mars, did you say that you've got the shatter spell? I remembered you saying that before. What was your question about that? I just remembered.
When did I get it? How did I get it? Why do I have it?
I don't remember. Is it because of the level up that you did? Get it when you leveled up?
I didn't pick a spell. I don't know why.
It might be just a part of your
barbarian rogue has a spell.
It might be just a part of your subclass that maybe it grants it to you automatically.
Cool. All right, bet.
If you get in here and shatter this room, you might be able to find the...
Okay, right. So, let's see. So, this guy is going to cast a spell. And he is stood. He's going to move further down. And you see in between Elena and Luca, you see Grimoire appear. Only not just one Grimoire. You see multiple Grimoires all appearing, all at the same time. Let's see. Yeah. So there are now 4 Grimoires stood in the room with you. You're gonna need to try and figure out which one of me is the real me, or if there's just 4 me's now, and we can all attack you. Isn't that going to be fun? Also, you! Get off my sword! And he slashes you with the sword as it breaks free of your grasp, because he still has control of it as he is attuned to it. So he is going to get another attack on you with the dancing sword, and it unfortunately, holy shit, it unfortunately rolled a nat 2, which means that it only gets a 7 total. So it tries to slash at you, but I think the fact that it was already in your hand for part of the turn means that it took a lot of its mobility away to just get out of your grasp, and that's affected it in a bad way. So it misses you. But it is now Ronna's turn.
Sorry, my sounder closed out real quick.
Oh, no problem. Do you want me to just move your character for you while you're loading up?
I wanted to head towards the doors on the left because it seems like that's where folks are.
And how much speed do you want to use up to get in there?
Let's see. I wanted to get to this double door.
Yeah. Well,
And then
where
the
I've moved you to
blue-
is 50. This is the room that you're
That's
looking at.
50. Oh, okay, I see.
So you've got Luca directly in front of you. You can move through Luca's space to get into the room if you wish.
Okay. Hi, Luca.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, look. 4 little men. Need my character sheet up. And then... Let's see. Where'd it go? I'm supposed to have this. Let's go ahead and use it. Why not, right? Oh, I'm catching us in it too, though. If I'm not careful. I think... Here, I catch 3 of the guys. But not any of us. Can I get a double check
you would
on
get
that?
2 of them there. Because you're on the edge of a thing there. You're not actually in the middle of a
These 3.
box. This...
Oh.
They're there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, we either use the corners or the centers. That was like the middle of an edge, so that was kind of a wonky kind of a place. But yeah,
Yeah.
you can get these 3. So let's see. I'm gonna roll something. Okay. Please roll damage.
Alright.
Okay. I'm just rolling Constitution saves. All right. So one of these guys disappears.
Oof. Alright. And then, so... I know I have a secondary attack when I'm using the flail. Does that count towards using a spell?
No, that's an attack action. This is a spell
an attack.
action. Yeah.
That's what I was just double checking.
Yeah, no, you're all good.
Okay, so... Do you want fire?
Well, I do have some lamb chops in my bag that I need roasting, if you wouldn't mind. You see that all 3 of them say this together all at once, like each one of them is moving exactly the same as each of the others. All in time, all in sync, all together.
Okay. Contemplating using Necklace of Fireball again with 1 bead. Can I just do the template without using the item first to see what the template looks like?
Just do the don't consume, untick
Yeah.
that box, yeah.
This is massive. Like, I would have to throw it outside the room in order to not hit us.
Which you would not be able to do.
I cannot do.
No.
I would not like to use that.
He sees you thumbing at your necklace of fireballs and says, "Oh, you're not going to roast my lamb chops?"
I thought about it.
What a shame.
I don't think I can do any other kind of attack as a bonus action, can I?
It would need to be a spell or yeah, no, I think that's it. So you've used Shatter,
like
which is a leveled
strike.
spell. So it would need to be it would need to be what do you call it? Not an unarmed strike, no, because you've not used the attack action, you've used the spell action.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Is that it for you?
Turn then. Yeah.
You are a rogue, so you've got cunning action at your disposal if you want to use it.
Alright, okay.
So you could use that as a bonus action.
What does that offer again?
Dodge,
Mole.
dash, or disengage.
Dodge, dash, or disengage.
Dodge means that basically the attacker gets disadvantage against you if they try to attack you. So, on their next turn.
So disengage from the guy on the left and move to the corner.
Okay, cool. Good choice. Then it is now Luca's turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna move more in the room.
You're more my size. Let's see if you're up to the challenge.
Yeah, you're an annoying fucker. I'm gonna just stab you.
Oh, gotta catch me first. And he like dances around on the spot.
Can I stab this one or try to?
They will roll to see whether you hit them.
Okay.
You do hit. Give me damage. And this one blinks out of existence. Oh, you got the wrong one.
Okay, can I, bonus action stab another one?
Go for it.
Yeah. That one.
Okay, give me damage. Well, darn it. You've hit the wrong one again. There's only one of them left now.
Yeah. I don't want to move from this doorway.
Okay, that's an interesting choice.
I don't want to give anyone the opportunity to slip by. Sneaky little fucker.
For anyone who was wondering, what he cast was a spell called Mirror Image. It creates 3 mirrored duplicates of you that move in time with you and through space with you. And anytime someone tries to hit them with an attack, you have to roll as many d6s as there are duplicates still. And if you get a 3 or more, then one of the duplicates gets hit instead. And they consistently rolled 6s. So they were just getting hit left, right, and center instead of him. So yeah, you fully were hitting the duplicates every time. But the moment a duplicate gets hit, it gets blinked out of existence, so it's all good. Okay, so you've done some good work between you and Bronner. You've narrowed it down to one guy again. What do you want to do at this point? Are you taking any other bonus action or anything? Or oh no, you've used your bonus action to use the dagger, didn't you? So that's it for your turn.
Yep.
It's now Eliora's turn. Eliora, you don't see anybody through this narrow gap that you can see through. What do you want to do?
I'll move here.
Okie dokie. You now see that there is a guy over here on the left-hand side. He is a little halfling. He looks very bardic with his bagpipes as he starts to sort of thumb at the buttons and the holes and starts playing all the way through it. You hear this like faint drone.
It's just a guy being very annoying.
It's an annoying bagpipe guy.
Soon, I will cast Chromatic Orb at 3rd level at him.
Okie dokie.
Here it is. I'm about to attack.
Yeah.
Let me do my thing. What did I do then?
It was a ranged spell attack to see whether you could hit him. He has half cover because you can only see half of him. So his AC is raised by 2.
Yeah.
So you don't hit. And you don't hit by quite a margin.
Yeah, you know what? There's a whole Luca in the way. I could fly over their head, I suppose.
You can just move through an ally's space. Yeah.
I'm a pretty tiny person. You could scooch around.
I'm gonna go in now.
Even if Luca was a fucking half orc, you could still move through their space on your turn. It's fine.
Yeah, you know what? I just forget these things that you say.
Yeah.
Because it's not meant with any disrespect to you.
No, I get it.
That's my brain.
No, it's totally fine, man. I don't take it as a slight against me. But just bear in mind though, like I think a lot of people forget that we are tokens and we fill up a 5 feet square. That's your character is not 5 feet in diameter. Your character is just moving in and about that 5 foot area. So for you to move through an ally's space,
fill a 5 foot cubic mass.
for you to move through, I'm not going to acknowledge that. For you to move through an ally's space just means that they're not going to obstruct you as you try to. That's all. That doesn't mean that they're that size. It just means that, you know, they're not going to get in your way. You just can't stop there because then you'd be on top of each other. Right. So you have missed. Now what?
I'll chuck some bardic inspiration over Luther's way.
All right. Luca, the next time you fail on a d20, you can choose to roll a d6 to see if you can succeed instead. Cool. That's very cool. Then that is going to be the end of your turn. We're back up now to Elena. Elena, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Elena walks forward.
Oh, you're even smaller than I am. That's saying something. 24 will hit. Give me damage. 13 damage. He looks unfazed. He's taking some of this damage, but he's blocking a lot of it with his bagpipes. And so every time you go to hit him, it just honks out another drone of the musical instrument. You're making some alright tunes here. I don't mind it. That one will also hit. Let me see. This guy has any actions. No, nothing that he can do at this point. Okay, so that hits as well. He takes that damage. Still looks to be just taking it on the chin. You're sturdy for how small you are. Don't worry, though. I've got something that'll put you in your place.
Ooh.
31 will also hit.
Nice.
16 damage. Now he's starting to look bloodied. Now he's starting to look a little bit rocked by this. A 15 will not hit. And that was a 2 on the die. A 2 on the die for you with these wraps gives you a 15 total. Yes, a 2 will not hit. But, you know, he's taking it on the chin and he's starting to take some of this damage. Okay. So at this point, he is going to... Ooh, what's he going to do? What is he going to do? The question is he wise enough to see that this is going to go downhill if he doesn't do something now? Or is he going to try and stick the landing and stay where he is?
I mean... Roll for it.
Yeah. I think it's going to go on his character more than anything. And I don't want you guys to feel cheated by him disappearing again. But I also kind of want this thing to continue until, like, middle of February, to be honest. Because it's fucking delight to play with. Oh, go on then. We've got to try. We've got to try. He's going to cast Fear. So he moves north so that he can get all of you in this cone. And he is going to move up here. He doesn't leave anyone's area of threatened attack. So no one gets an area of an attack of opportunity. He's going to cast Fear on all of you. So I'm going to reveal this to all of you. I need wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh no.
to avoid being frightened.
I have something for this, but I can't remember what it is.
Runner
What?
succeeds.
Normal.
Not 20!
At 20.
Let's
Elena
go!
fails. Eliora fails.
I have something against being frightened, but I can't remember what it is.
I mean, 2 of you also have bardic inspiration if you need, if you have failed said roll.
You
Oh,
can
damn
add a
it.
d6 to it, yeah. I can't see anything in your
Who has it?
thing.
I don't have it, do I?
It's a warlock thing.
You don't
I
have it,
used
no,
it
you don't
against
have
the
it.
gold dragon. Oh well.
Is it an eldritch invocation kind of a deal, or?
I can't remember.
Warlock features.
I have
Magical
advantaged
cunning.
on being frightened because of something. It's on the D&D Beyond character sheet.
Mind. Eldritch Mind, you have advantage on Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. Fiendish Vigor, you can cast False Life on yourself. You also have Eldritch Invocation, Agonizing Blast. But I don't see anything else.
I don't know why it's on my D&D Beyond and not here. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you have Lucky. So with Lucky, you can re-roll a failed check anyway on a d20.
That is the
that's a feat
highest I
of
have
yours.
ever rolled on a wisdom saving throw.
A 19 minus 2, yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, you end up with 2 successes, 1 failure, and another failure. So we've got 2 failures. So Twisted, Elena is frightened, and Eliora, you are also frightened.
I am a failing, yes.
So he has cast fear on all of you. While frightened by this spell, a creature must take a dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turns, unless there is nowhere to move. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw. So, yeah, you need to leave. It also says you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever you are holding and become frightened. So anything that's in your hands will now drop to the floor. Thankfully,
drop to the floor?
Thankfully, we've got a monk and a spellcaster. So I would say that you are riding on a vehicle. I don't think that letting go of it will do much to you, but we'll give you a dexterity roll.
That I just suddenly fall off the broom.
I will give you a dexterity saving throw to see if you can maintain it with just your legs. Just to see whether your legs are able to hold you on.
Now, see, if I was still holding on to the sword, I would no longer be.
Yes, well, the 17 dex saving throw is enough for you to maintain your balance on this broom.
Hench legs.
But you are going to need to move your clenched legs very fast away from this guy on the next turn. And then you can make a wisdom saving throw to try and maintain. Now it is going to be Ronna's turn. Oh, wait, did he finish his turn? We spent so much time on that. Why can't I? Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong selector thing. Okay, so he used the action to do that. He doesn't have any other bonus action. What can he? Oh, he could do this. Ability check, damage roll. Oh, damn. He could have used that on one of your attack rolls, but he didn't. Okay, well, never mind. Then we're going to just move on from his turn so that we can carry on in the order, and it's now Ronna's turn. Ronna, you are not frightened. Your colleagues are, however. You can see that there is a sword ahead of you that is dancing in the air still. and the guy himself is further on into the room. He had the opportunity to teleport away from all of you and continue this until next session, but he has chosen instead to stand his ground and see if he can just fuck with you all a little bit more. You can see that look in his eye, though, that if he does succeed on this next turn and it gets to his turn again, he might not make that same decision again. He might disappear from all of you, and this session may continue next week. Still trying to track this guy down. And I intentionally created him as a slippery fucker. So he has got all of the illusions, he's got all of the invisibilities, he's got so many tricks up his sleeve, he may as well not even have sleeves.
The runner's gonna move up to here.
Yep.
And attack the sword.
Oh, the sword is an object.
And try. Oh,
the
it's
sword
just
is
an
object. It's just a magical object. So it doesn't have hit points. It just floats in the air.
Okay. So I couldn't break it.
Well, you could give me an Arcana or History check if you want, and I could tell you more about it. See whether the runner knows about dancing longswords or dancing swords in general.
Let's do a History check.
If you get a 15, I'll tell you. Oh, there you go, 23.
23.
That's a nat 20.
Another nat 20.
A nat 20.
That's two nat 20s
crits.
in a row.
2 crits, runner. That's fucking sick.
Heck yeah.
Okay. So the dancing longsword, I will put the description of in the chat, and you will be able to see this just in full text. Full text here. So it uses a bonus action to toss it into the air and speak the magic command word. When you do, it flies up to 30 feet and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. The sword uses your attack roll and ability score modifier to do damage rolls. While the sword hovers, you can use a bonus action to cause it to fly up to another 30 feet to another spot within 30 feet of you. As part of the same bonus action, you can cause the sword to attack one creature within 5 feet of it. It's basically like the one that Briar uses with the what do you call it? Microscope.
Yeah.
Where they can use it to move 20 feet and then do an attack. Only this is 30 feet. The difference between this and that is that Briar's magic can make it maintain for longer, whereas this returns to the user after 4 uses. So once it's attacked 4 times, it will then return to him, having been spent for this this occasion.
Okay. So then Runner's gonna come up to here and give this guy a flail attack.
Okay.
Do I get advantage because Elena is flanking? Or
no, you
here.
get sneak attack because Elena is flanking.
Sneak attack, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you hit. So he
27.
is going to use cutting words to see whether he can reduce that down. Which he is going to do a subtraction of a 1d10 roll. See if he can bring your 27 down by up to 10. And unfortunately, he only gets a 2. So he doesn't. You still hit.
Nice. We get
so now you can do the damage with the flail and also add on the sneak. So you've still got to do the damage for the flail yet.
Yep.
That is 18 total damage. He will take all of it.
Alright.
So he's going to do a concentration check. But I believe his spell has already ended because it was mirror image, but we'll see whether he can maintain it. Or is it concentration for that spell that he just did? Oh, no, it was concentration on fear. So he failed his concentration check based on that damage. So now the 2 people who were frightened are no longer frightened. Elena and Eleora, you have now had that reneged.
Sweet tacos. Alright, we're gonna hit him again.
Go for it.
Because we get a bonus bonk.
32?
Which is a 32. That's a 19.
19. So close to a nat 20.
Today.
Yeah, you're getting some good rolls. Give me damage.
Damage.
19 damage. Ooh, that's good.
Juicy.
He's also used his reaction already. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3 more people until it's his turn again.
Alright.
And you guys finish it on this turn.
Let's see. I can't do a frenzy attack because I think I've lost my rage by this point.
No, you've still got your rage. You've been doing
I?
damage and taking damage, I think. Well, no, you went into the
Okay.
room, didn't you?
Yeah, I went into the
and
room,
lost it
so
at
I
that
don't
point.
know if I did damage. I attacked, but I don't know if I did
No,
damage.
you didn't.
So if I did damage to any invisible person in that room, then my rage would persist. And then if I didn't, then it wouldn't. Unless it matters if I know I did damage.
You did the attack action on multiple turns. I
Yeah.
would say that your rage is still there.
Okay.
Because
So then I would have
it
a
was an
frenzy
attack to throw it in. It's the question is, did you do any kind of attack on your way to the room from the dock? And I don't think you did.
Yes.
Oh, no, because you did, because you threw the javelin on that turn.
Yeah.
So yes, you do still have. Because you threw the javelin, then the next turn you threw the fireball.
Yeah.
Then you went for the you went up to the room and then came down again to get in here, and you dashed an attack then. So no, you've managed to do an attack every round.
Yeah.
You can do a frenzy if you want. It will be your bonus, and you will get another level of exhaustion when you drop your rage.
Alright. Let's do it. So frenzy, flail, Norman. 15.
15 will miss.
Alright. I ran out of little steam.
You're a little taller than I am, but you're certainly more powerful than I am.
You're a little smaller.
I like
am stronger.
I like how big your shoulders are. You've got very strong shoulders. You'd be a good bagpipe player if you ever consider it.
Bagpipe.
You can see he's sort of like holding his ribs, like he's quietly trying to hide the fact that he's very hurt, and he's holding onto his ribs here, trying to just act the tough guy, and it's not
You're
working.
starting to look like a bagpipe.
Maybe I am. Maybe
a little wheezy.
Yes, that's probably very astute. I honestly have no reason to lie at this point. You've hurt me a lot. It's now Luca's turn.
Luca's just gonna go up there and stab a guy.
Wow. Can't believe it.
I know, right?
24, believe it or not, is gonna hit.
Yeah.
And he's already used his reaction, so he can't cutting words you.
And
9
then I'm
damage.
gonna add sneaky on, cause flanked. Right?
He only
also
had
Elena next to you.
He only had 6 HP left.
Oh no!
Describe the kill against Grimoire.
Killed the cutie.
Before Luca kills him, I just like Elena just says, "We tried to be nice. You attacked first."
I don't know about that.
Luca's just gonna stab straight through the bagpipe into him, and the bagpipe's just gonna ease out slowly.
It starts to bubble as some of his blood leaks into it as well. But as you pull the rapier back out, you see that all of the loot that you were looking for has been stowed inside of this bagpipe that he's been holding onto, as it all rips open, and the blood-stained loot falls out of it, spills onto the floor. As Grimoire is no more.
Luca's just gonna wipe her rapier on her shirt and go, a little blood never hurt nobody.
I am going to show his token artwork to you guys. This was a very quickly rushed through.
It's cute.
Quickly rushed through thing. He's got like strawberry blonde, sort of gingerish hair. He's a halfling. He's got these big mitt-like hands. He's very sort of stout because he uses the bagpipes as a bard, but he just loves the fact that it's that kind of a thing where even with a bagpipe, you can magically get someone's persuasion over, like use magic.
Elena yoinks the sword.
I am not going to allow you to use a fucking dancing longsword. You're already overpowered enough, Elena.
I ain't gonna use it. I'm just gonna have it. I'm still gonna be punching shit. Like, no
Fucking
worries.
taking tokens from everybody. Okay, well, you can have the sword as a token then. You're not going to use it though. We already said that nothing mechanical will happen from any of the things that you collect as loot.
I'm not gonna use it.
Yeah, but it is now yours, and you have succeeded. Now the question is, how nice do I want to be to you all in terms of loot? Since this has been multiple weeks from the start of this to the finish of this in real time. So I want this to be worth it.
I'm bummed that we don't get another week with Grimoire, though.
Yeah, Grimoire had the opportunity to use... so I'll tell you some of the things that Grimoire did use. Grimoire first used Mislead, which is it's like a 5th level spell, where basically you turn invisible and you send out an illusory copy of you to move around and act in your way. You are blind and deaf while you transfer your consciousness into that body, though. So he had to stay behind invisible on the spot because he couldn't move himself. So that mislead was then trashed when someone cut through it, and it turned into nothing. It was an illusion. Then, because he was invisible from that, that spell specifies that if you use any attack action or spell while you're invisible from mislead, then you come out of invisibility. So the one that he used on that next turn was mirror image, so that he might be able to get past you, but he only had a small speed. He only had 25 speed because he's a halfling. So he could only move into the middle of the room, but then he cast mirror image, and you managed to hit all of his mirror images instead of him. Which was not a good thing. That's a very bad thing for him. But good for all of you. Then he had the choice of using Dimension Door. Dimension Door gives you a teleport of 500 feet. So he could have been clear out of here and you might never have seen him again. But it was a toss-up between that or Fear. And I chose Fear because I thought it will be more glorious to go out swinging than to just disappear off the spot and be known as a coward. So I thought you'd rather have a good enemy go out fighting than have a good character disappear and not get your loot. So anyway, the question now is what I'm going to give you all in return for this, and I am going to ask. Ooh. Who shall we ask? I'd say Eliora, actually, because you're newly returning, and it's going to put pressure on your dice. I'm going to say I want you to roll me 1d10, please. /R space 1d10. I'll tell you what significance this has in a moment. Oh my god.
Nice. Okay.
Why did I tell myself that I would be honest no matter what? 10 doesn't mean that you get 10k. 10 means that I'm gonna roll.
Like it.
10 means that I'm gonna roll 10 d10. It was gonna be a number of d10 that I would roll myself and then multiply by 1,000, and that would be the tokens that you get. You have rolled the maximum number, so we're gonna roll 10d10. The maximum of this would be, of course, 100. So let's see what number we get. 45. Okay. So 45,000 split between all four of you will be 10,000 no. Yeah, 10,000 no, wait. 11,250 each. Yeah, there you go.
Man.
Yours is definitely gonna have a shoot up with her her collection.
Oh yeah,
He's nowhere near that right now.
You had 3,690. You've got way more than that now. Oh boy.
Welcome to being able to buy potions. Potions are good for you. And weapons.
Yeah, man. Right. Well.
Yeah, like
and boots.
21 greater healing potions.
Highly recommend boots.
Yeah, like that.
I do have the ability to cast healing spells, so
To be
That's
fair,
vital for me.
he had the ability to
Oh.
cast counterspell. He could have counterspelled your healing spells, which I would 100% have done because I'm a shitbird, and I love the fact that chaotic evil DMs are known for casting counterspell on healing spells. I wanted to be that DM for once and actually stop being helpful and actually stop you from healing someone. That would be fucking sick. And it would still use up your spell slot, but he would get the satisfaction of you not healing.
We're just super not used to having a healer.
Yeah,
Like,
true. All of you have
we're the
been
little brute squad.
glass cannons
Yeah.
for so long. Right, I need to get up my calculator. I've got my phone in my hand and I'm forgetting why. Right, so I need to calculate what each of you have got now as your new totals. Speak amongst yourselves while we figure this out.
I think I've already calculated mine.
Oh, I?
Since I have... I think correct me if I'm wrong, my new total is 77,515.
Exactly correct. I did do it just to check anyway. And Ronna, your new total is 35,090. That is 35090. 35090. Eliora's
sorry.
new total.
Hang on, could you repeat that one more time?
35090.
35090. Thank you.
Yes. I would also remind everybody, oh, pardon me, that Critters is ending. On the 17th will be the last session. So if you have anything left to spend, you may consider doing so before then.
The only thing I want to buy is that level 8, and we failed that.
We got the 96%.
That's just the time running out. Because it was a month. So you succeeded it. So now that this session is over and we've finished this encounter with Grimoire, you will all now be leveling up by 1. So that in our final few sessions, you will be at level 8, and you can start looking at that part of the shop that has level 8 level items, and you will be able to go out on a good one. Bear in mind, I am not going to make this easy on you. These are going to be the most challenging ones that I've ever set anybody, and I might even come close to doing TPKs on any one of the days. So the next few weeks are going to be tricky for you, because we've got one on the 10th and one on the 17th, and that's it. We have 2 more sessions. So you have got the time between now and then to decide on your level ups. I am back at university now, and I never had all of the time in the world in the first place, but I certainly don't now. So please, 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 please do your level ups before the day comes, because I am not going to do any updates on your character sheets if it's on the day. If we get to Monday and you've not done it yet, then too late, you've not done it. And also, please have a think about what you're going to be getting your characters off of the shop before then too, and we can discuss that between now and then. Just pop me a message. It's already half past the time finishing now, so I'm not going to do any shopping stuff now, but if you just send me a message in Discord, I'll get to it when I can. But you've all got your updated numbers, apart from Luca, who is now sitting at a sweet 42,920. That's pretty good. Eliora's is now 14,940. Ronna's is 35,090. And Elena remains the number 1 earner in Critters with a total of 77,515. Amazing. And the level 8 items, I believe, are all 50k. so you can get one immediately.
Nice.
But congratulations, guys. That was a very difficult fight, and you managed to get through it. I had it all leveled against you, and I knew that the guys that would come at you first would be fodder, because you would get through them, but in their numbers, they would slow you down, and it would take multiple rounds to get through them. And that was exactly what I was counting on, and it was exactly how it happened. So I'm very happy that this all happened how I expected. Because at the end of the day, Critters was about me practicing how to make battle encounters balanced. And I feel like I've managed to really nail that. I'm quite happy with how I'm able to balance these things now. And long may it continue. But I will hopefully see you all on Thursday. We're going to end the stream here. No raid, because we don't really have the numbers, so there's not much point. But I love you all, and thank you for being here. Although it's ending for my own personal reasons, because I just don't have the energy to continue it for much longer. As I've already hit burnout months ago, but I carried this on because I love you all so much I didn't want to disappoint you. Unfortunately, I can't continue it, so it is going to end. But we will still be here on Thursdays, and there's always the option, as there always has been, for my past PCs to come back as NPCs if you wanted to. So your character probably won't return, but you could make a new one, or I could find one for you within the realm, and you could come back as a guest star. We actually have that coming up in Alandressa, where I've got an unknown character to all of you is going to be appearing, and it will be my Swedish friend David, who will be playing that character as an NPC.
Excited.
And it's very cool that he is doing that. He wanted me to run another campaign because he's got that D&D itch. But we're just going to have to wait and see how soon you guys get to that character, because he's still waiting in the wings and you haven't got anywhere close yet. So we'll see where that goes. But in the meantime, thank you all for being here.
I need a GPS, man.
I know. You all need big old neon lights, and unfortunately neon hasn't been invented in Alandressa yet.
I know, so stick up some more torches.
Stick up some more torches, exactly, like Minecraft. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you all. Please take care of yourselves. And remember, if you can't be good to yourselves, then at least have fun. Goodbye!
Bye!
Bye!